Hi guys, welcome back again. Part 3, and the toughest part you will find with building these houses, finding the glue that works for you. I have tried too many different glues. My first kit I ever built was a roll of kit that came with this glue that is just amazing. It sticks straight away, and that's what I need with my tremors. I can't be holding pieces together because I just break them apart. As soon as I finished building that next kit, I had another roll of one on my shelf, which had another bottle of glue as well. So I contacted Roloff and said, please, I need this glue if I'm going to continue buying these. Can you tell me where I can get it? And they said they don't sell it separately, unfortunately. So my search was on. As you can see, and I have more. I'm going to drop all of these to schools, local preschools or schools, and see if they need them all, because all of these don't work for me, and more that I've got over there don't work for me. Every time I found a clear glue somewhere, I would grab it, bring it home and try it. And then I worked out the way I could test them was, for the glues that worked for me, and I'll show you with this, I've now started using this little bottle, and this bottle saves you a lot of glue. So when you find the glue that you want or that works for you, try and use these bottles, because these bottles now, I'm getting about 3 or 4 kits out of this one little bottle, and I can get about 3 or 4 fills out of it, out of a 100 ml bottle. So that's a lot of kits. That's 12 kits or something you can use out of a bottle if you use one of those. The way I work it out is, if I pour a little bit on my finger, it's got to be sticky and it's got to give me those bit of a strings, and they're the ones that I like. Now another way, and I'll show you with just a random one out of here. Where's one I can pour out? It's not a clear one. We'll find a clear one that I can pour out, hopefully. Nah, we'll have to pour it out this way. But this one will be, it won't leave anything on my fingers. It'll be really watery, nothing there, no strings, no. So that's not a glue. I need something that's going to grip. This isn't gripping at all. I can go real fast. So then, as I said, the search was on. I ended up finding a glue, but unfortunately the glue that I found was from a company that only sell to stockists, which aren't all over the world. I ended up trying next the Beacon 3-in-1. Now I'm in Australia, and this is hard for us to get in Australia. I ended up buying this bottle off Amazon, and it was like $9 for the bottle, but it was $20 for shipping or something. So for $29 for a bottle, I had to find a different one. Beacon 3-in-1 has a strong odour to it too, which I didn't like. So that one was sort of no good for me. My $29 bottle I haven't really used. I think I just need to gold plate it and leave it at that. The tacky glue, I tried both of them and they didn't work for me. And I couldn't work out why. And then one night I was on talking about glues, and I got them out. And because I thought about people putting the tacky glue on their eyelash extensions, false eyelashes, and they dry it, they let it get tacky. I tried that with that glue, and it did seem to work for me. I still couldn't find the roll of glue unless I bought their kits, but I did find a glue. On AliExpress or in Australia, there is a site that sells this, craftonline.com.au. This glue is exactly the same as Roloff. It works for me. It is brilliant. It is what I need. When I first found it on AliExpress, it was $1.99 for 100 mils. and like $2 shipping or something. Now it's gone up. Now it's like $5 to $7 a bottle. On the craftonline.com.au, they sell it. It's called Stickmaster, and they have it for like $3 a bottle. Sometimes they have it on special for $1.99 a bottle, but you will be paying $9.80 postage for that. On AliExpress, you will find it. Look for this. Type in alcohol glue if this is what you need, and you need glue that sticks straight away. I'll show you in a minute. Type in alcohol glue, scroll down until you see this yellow label. It will be with other size bottles as well. Now, it can have this Chinese label, or it will say pointer in English, Pointer. I have ordered some pointer ones before, and they still come with this Chinese label. Don't worry, it's the same glue. And that is the glue now that works for me. It's just like the roll of glue. It works straight away. And as I said, I'll show you with a few of them how I test my wood or my glues when I get them. The other type of glue, so I use this for everything. I use this for woods, for wire work, for fabrics, for everything. And using the little needle point dot, you don't need much with it. The thing is, if I cut open the top of the lid, it's going to be too big a hole for me. I'm going to have glue everywhere because of my tremors as well. It's hard for me to keep it where I need it to go. That gives me precise, and that's only a little bit. If you use this glue, only use a little bit. If you haven't got those bottles, at first I was putting this onto put a small amount on a bit of just post-it note or something, paper. Use a toothpick to be precise with it, and say you're only using a little bit. If you use a lot of this, it'll slip and slide and it won't stick properly. And just be careful on AliExpress for shipping and extra taxes at checkout as well. The other glue I don't use this glue. I use it for everything, but I don't use it for wallpapers and for templates. I use this for wallpapers. If I use this for wallpapers, I find that it's a wet glue. It makes the wallpapers wet, the wallpapers wrinkly. Whereas this is a dry glue. Now also, when you're putting this on the wood, you can see it. It makes the wood a different colour where you've put it. So you can see where you have missed. Now, just let me grab a piece and I'll show you. When I do glue, there is a technique to the way I use the glue stick. Because the glue stick, it's soft, it's going to go everywhere. If I have an edge like this where I've got to be careful, also on every edge, even around the straight ones, I will go out from the centre, all the way out and around that way. So that, because if I come back in, I'm going to have all that glue around the edge. You don't want that. So if you just keep going out and out, you can see it changes colour. Make sure you get all the edges properly. If you've got a bit with a window, same deal. I would go in, all the way around as much as I can. Here, because it's thin, I just dot it, and that puts enough all the way down that thin bit. I'm not going to, and I also still rub my finger around just to make sure there's no extra glue. The other glue I use for templates is the glue tape. When I've got a template, I did have a template this afternoon and I've cut it out. When I have a template to do, we'll just grab this template sheet. No, there's not a template sheet in a roll-off kit. Let me grab a template sheet from this last kit we've got here. Okay, so I'll just show you here. When you have a template sheet, this will be a bit of blue and white material that we've got to cut out. So there's 4 little things. What I will do with the glue tape, the trick is with templates is I don't like gluing the whole thing, because then you're gluing the template onto your piece and the fabric or whatever the template's stuck to can lift up, especially if you've got to go around an edge with it. The fabric will lift up because the template may not be glued properly. So I always take my templates off. So that's why I use a glue tape. Now this one might be better because it's darker. If I've got these 3 things and they're close together, I'll put a strip down the middle. So it's just a little bit of glue on each one. Make sure you hold underneath firmly while you're doing it. You can even put an extra strip on either edge, but just so you can peel that template off. But with the fabric, be careful when you're pulling the templates off, because the fabrics are very thready. You will pull threads off with the templates. So I do suggest also, if you're worried about that happening, if it is a very thready piece, cut it a little bit bigger. That way, if you cut the threads off, you can fix it up. When you pull the template off, if it pulls threads off as well, then you can fix it up. So they're the 3 glues I use. Just those 3 simple ones. This one, as I said, you can get it worldwide on AliExpress or Australia. You can get it in Australia too. Just be careful of shipping prices. Now, the way I test with glues, when I get them home, I grab a couple of old scrappy bits of wood, and I want an edge to go on and I want a point to go on and stick straight away. If it doesn't, it's not good for me. So I will test this one. Just a dot, dot, dot. Can't see if it, yeah, there it is. Couldn't see if it was coming out. Now with that alcohol glue, if you do put it on a post-it note, be careful, because once the air gets to it, it does get thicker. And it does get thicker, and the thicker it gets, the gluggier it is. Now this bit is too heavy for this. I'm just going to break it off a little bit more. And that way it will. Right, so take off the heavy bit, and that's stuck on there now. So I can shake that as much as I need to, and it's stuck. It's not coming off. That's the glue I need. I can still readjust it if I want to. Put it back on the glue. I've got to find the glue spot. Put it on and it's on again. It will stand up straight, and I can also readjust it. Like I said, that's the glue I need. Now the tacky glue, I did work out that if I just let it sit, no, it wasn't glue. If I let it sit for a second and let it get a bit tacky, then it will work. Where I was trying to stick it straight on straight away, and it, is there any coming out? Don't want it to pour out real quick. Is this even open? It may not be. It's open. Must be dry in there. You watch, it'll just go everywhere. Oh, this is scaring me now. Oh no. Now I've got that glue in here. That could be bad. Might have clogged up that hole. Alright, well this isn't coming out. We'll just grab a bit. That bit's flat, that bit. Right, so I found if I put this on now and just try and stick it straight on like the white stuff, the clear stuff, it's not going to do it, and that's why I thought this stuff doesn't work for me. But if you just let it get a little bit tacky and dry for a second, I'm going to put that lid back on, then it does seem to work, but it's still not for me. I need that clear stuff that can work straight away. So as I said, they're the 3 glues. That's sort of, see if it'll stick now. So it's starting to stick now. It's a bit tacky, but it's still not straight away for me like that stuff. So hopefully, guys, you'll find the glue that works for you. And hopefully I can help you by showing what glues work for me. This isn't going to stick at all now. A lot of people swear by this, but this tacky glue. There might be a trick to it, but there doesn't seem to be for me. I'll stick to my clear and my glue stick and my glue tape. Now also around glass and that too, I've seen people use a thin double-sided tape, which is another one that I have used sometimes too. So hopefully, guys, that will help you. They're the ones that work for me with my trimmers. They may not work for you. As I said, you may have a preference to the glue you use. But I do get asked a lot where I get my glue from. So hopefully that will help someone. Have a great shaky day, guys. Wherever you are, take care, stay safe, and keep on building. You'll love it. Bye, guys.